There's a lot of stuff I have to really say about the Grammys, and not only because it's the Grammys, and every year is obviously the same thing. We get disappointed and whatever and whatnot, and we're expecting the expected, but still mad at what is expected. It's kind of just it's like we have to watch it. All right, the volcano's gonna blow up, the hurricane's coming, but you just have to see for yourself. And I think that for me personally, the only thing I'm really mad at is unfortunate. I do think Bad Bunny should have won Album of the Year, as this video is going to be titled Bad Bunny Got Snubbed. Like I said, I've listened to essentially 12 tracks off of that album. I didn't even finish the album yet, and that album was amazing. The numbers that he did all year, just the influence he had all year, having the biggest world tour of all time. It was kind of just made there. And I told my friends, too, it's kind of funny because I told my friends that I want Bad Bunny to win, but I think Beyonce was going to win. Like, I thought Beyonce, just because of the politics of what was going on, her being the most, Grammy nominated, the most Grammy winning, artist of all time. I thought that the stage was set for her to win. Again, it's all about politics, just like gambling, when the stage is set for you, that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to set that shit up for you. I think that was the shocker for me. Not Bad Bunny losing, but, Beyonce not winning. Harry Styles, again, I listened to Harry Styles' album, and I'm not actually mad about that. I told people Harry Styles was a great choice. I was just going to be mad if somebody that, was on there that didn't deserve, they got nominated but didn't deserve that title. I think that, Harry Styles was a very safe choice, but I'm not mad at Harry Styles winning. I can understand, him doing Madison Square Garden, multiple times, selling that out. His album was really dope all across the world. TikTok heavily influenced. I just think that, it was gonna go to an artist like Harry Styles. He is definitely Grammy friendly. If you understand, if you know, he's definitely Grammy friendly. And I think that that's kind of just what I want to speak about on the Bad Bunny. Now, I will say for the most part, the Grammys, they were in line with what I was expecting. I would say the only snub that we saw that night had to be, and I think we all can agree on that. I think it was Song of the Year, even Record of the Year. I'll talk about it in a minute, but Song of the Year, I was literally shocked. I was shocked, just like everyone else around the world. What's her name? Bonnie Raitt, that's her name. Again, the songwriting and Record of the Year award is very different in a sense, but again, though, I still think as to have a Song of the Year, it's just insane to not have someone, that I would assume is popular at least throughout the year. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have the numbers and the whatever, because that's not usually what it's all about. Quality is quality. But come on, man. As I was on there. I think Kendrick the Hard Part 5 was on there. There were so many songs on that I just deserved Song of the Year more than whatever Bonnie Raitt was putting out. It wasn't even her most popular song. It just felt like it was one of those in-your-face kind of moments. I feel like the Grammys know that the world is watching, and they're expecting some kind of, controversy. And I feel like that was one of their controversies, right? They were like, you know what, let's just do something. What can we do? And having Bonnie Raitt win, I think that was really a slap in the face. Beyonce didn't win on there. I think there was a lot of artists that were, kicking ass that in 2022 that deserved to be on that, at least for that award, specifically that award. I don't think Bonnie Raitt was just strong enough in terms of popularity, because at this point, what is it based off of? Is it based off of other musicians? Is it based off of the popular vote around the world? What's the criteria of winning? I think that's what should be released, but the Grammys will never release it or actually say truthfully what it is. But I think the criteria needs to be exposed or something, because for her to win, again, I said that it only had 150K views on YouTube. Again, that doesn't measure your success or measure whether a song's quality or not. But on a grand scale, Harry Styles, Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar all getting, hundreds of millions of views. And then, this song by Bonnie Raitt has 150K views. Like, come on. Like, that should literally tell you in itself, like, that is some bullshit and it doesn't make any sense in what's going on here. Lizzo winning record of the year. I didn't agree with that. I thought that there was a couple other songs that could have won. While I do, I'm not saying I'm biased against Lizzo. Like, I'm not as mad as that one as much as I'm mad at the Bonnie Raitt one, because I feel like Lizzo definitely is popular around the world. There's a lot of people around the world listening to Lizzo, and while me personally do not listen to Lizzo, shit at all, I'm not oblivious to know that everybody in the world is listening to Lizzo. So, that's kind of one of those awards where for me, it's kind of just like I would have chose other artists. But again, Lizzo is very, very, very popular, especially in the mainstream scene. So it kind of makes sense why she would win that record of the year. But I think that Doja Cat could have won it. I think Steve Lacy was on there. Obviously Kendrick, Beyonce. Like, I just feel like, it's just like, yeah. Best rap album, I definitely assumed Kendrick Lamar was going to win best rap album. Everybody thinks Pusha T was supposed to win it. I don't really like Pusha T's album like that, so I'm not really too mad about that. But Kendrick winning that one, I felt like there was a lot of artists that didn't get nominated. I know we all said the Jid snub. A lot of y'all said Jid was supposed to be on there, or felt like he should have been on there. I think that it's just hard. Kendrick dropped the album. Kendrick's gonna win. That's just how it's gonna be, and that's just what it is. But I do think Kendrick had also a solid album. I loved Kendrick's album more than a lot of people did initially. I know it grew on a lot of people, but I love that Mr. Morale and Big Steppers. Initially, it was definitely dope as hell listening to it, especially that second half of the album. It was pretty dope, man. Going through that again. Count Me Out, all the tracks on there. The track with Blast, that was a cool track too. That I think that got an award, a nomination as well. I don't know if that got an award. I don't know. One thing I don't know, who won. Okay, let me check this out because I'm not really sure who won the songwriter of the year. And I think that I didn't, because I saw the Dreams tweet, so I'm assuming he didn't win, which is crazy. That's a fucking snub out of a snub. That's another crazy snub. Tobias Jesso won the first ever Grammy for Songwriter of the Year, non-classical of the 2020. And, okay, I don't know what exactly Tobias Jesso writes for, or what did he write? Let's see, songwriting. He wrote Without. All I'm saying is there's an Album of the Year nomination. There's Song of the Year nomination, Record of the Year nomination, Best Electronic Dance Album nomination. And you're telling me The Dream does not win? Like, The Dream doesn't win for Beyonce? Like, I think that's kind of, it kind of goes hand in hand. It's like, if I got the best record in the NBA, why am I not the best coach in the NBA? You know what I'm saying? I think that kind of goes hand in hand. I was really sad that The Dream, I am still a big Dream fan. I still jam The Dream every day, every other day. Shit, I listen to The Dream. I listen to his the sex tapes 1, 2, 3 that just released like 4 years ago. I still bump The Dream when he drops new music. So and he's still doing his damn thing on the writing side as well. A lot of people didn't even know that he wrote a lot of Beyonce's hits. He essentially wrote, him and Neo together combined wrote a lot of your favorite R&B from 2007 or 2006, 2007, all the way forward. But Neo was 2004 forward. So it just sucks. It really sucks that The Dream didn't get that, especially when the artist that he writes for and the album that he basically essentially wrote for was nominated heavy. It just makes no sense. Another thing about the Grammys that's crazy. One thing that I guess I want to talk about too is like Best New Artist. I laughed at Best New Artist just because, I think that for the politics, again, it's all about politics. A lot of people say Yeat should have been on there. We did talk about that on the nominations, and I do agree. I think Yeat, especially, it's crazy how even with TikTok, Yeat has catapulted. I said that 2022 was going to be Yeat's year after we listened to him in 2021 on the first listen. And I said 2022 was going to be his year. And I do really think that Yeat had an exceptional year. He did the deluxe with Uzi. He did his regular tape. He had a slow song that went crazy. I think it was called the Talk one with the Batman. That was crazy. It's still all over TikTok. The Bane voice with Yeat's instrumental is going crazy on TikTok and Instagram Reels still. It's like, Yeat definitely at least deserved an acknowledgement. Now, I understand why he wasn't going to be, but at least, like, acknowledge him. Like, don't let him win, but at least show that, hey, best new artist, Yeat. But, again, a rapper, especially like that, they're not going to let him mumble rapper. They're not going to put an artist like that over, to show face on the Grammys, other than that, man, I really didn't really pay attention to that. What one rap best rap song of the year? Because that's the one I didn't look at either. Best rap song of the year. The Hard Part 5. So yeah, I'm not mad about that. That is essentially another good one too. I can't be mad about that. Anything like Harry Styles and everybody won, I'm not mad. I know Future and Drake and Thames got best melodic rap, which I agree with. I'm glad that Drake and Future got another Grammy. I think that was Thames being on there. I think that was dope. I think that should have definitely been there because that was a very dope record. And I think that, that literally is melodic rap if you want to put it there. So 645 AR got robbed. Get out of here. Yeah, I do think did Chris Brown win? Or what? Chris Brown didn't win, right? There's no way they let him win. Chris Brown apologized to Robert Glasper. Who the fuck is Robert Glasper?
Hey, listen.
Robert Glasper? Who the fuck? So Robert Glasper won. So Robert Glasper won over Chris Brown. I mean, that's crazy. I do think Chris Brown's album was the best R&B album. I mean, personally, but again, that's kind of crazy to me. I mean, no disrespect, but like, who the fuck is Robert Glasper? Like, this is the shit I'm talking about, man. If it's gonna be about popularity, you gotta. If it's about popularity, you have to follow a criteria, and I think that's the problem. They're not following a criteria. They're just choosing a selective. Obviously, they're giving acknowledgement to Chris Brown, but they're not gonna let him win. I mean, his album was really great, and it was really received well throughout the masses, especially through TikTok. I mean, especially if you're going through TikTok alone, your audience, should speak for itself. It's crazy if they shouldn't be in the same category, though. For sure, I agree. They shouldn't, but, that's what they're going to do. I'm mixed on the Chris Brown album, bro. That Chris Brown album is dope. I listened to it the other day. I was listening to it, just listening to that shit. I was listening to, like, the first 15 tracks, just fucking fire. I was like, wow, this is fire. Like, just dope as hell. And then he had a couple tracks towards the end, a head and a half of the album that were dope as hell, too. Like, if he would have made it just an 18, 20 track album, this bitch would have had some solid shit, I just think that, there's going to be a lot of disappointment for sure. And, I think the main ones that spoke out to me was like a song of the year. And then album of the year. Again, Bad Bunny. He got snubbed. You don't have the greatest tour of all time. One of the best albums, being at number one of all time ever. And not be, Grammy nominated. Or Grammy, you don't win record of the year. Like, it's just is mind blowing. Stats don't lie. You remember, like, stats don't lie. Stats don't lie. If I went 17-0 and I won a Super Bowl, and and no one else has done that, but you give the award to somebody else as crowned as best team ever. Nah, the best team ever is the 72 Dolphins. Until somebody else does what the 72 Dolphins did, then you cannot literally say there's another best team ever, because no one else has gone undefeated and won a Super Bowl. Stats don't lie. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about that, man. Get in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about the Grammys. This was probably my least, surprising Grammys, though. Like, there wasn't that crazy of a shocker. Other than the Bonnie Raitt, there wasn't that much of like like as I was shocked. I pretty much guessed everything that was going to happen. So I wasn't too surprised as previous years in the Grammys. So, at this point, it's kind of like gambling. Like I said, it's like gambling. You know what's going to happen. You say what's going to happen, even though you know what you want to happen. But you say what you're gonna say, and you expect what's already gonna be expected, and you kind of move on from it. It just sucks that the Grammys is still the meter, and it's still a great achievement to a lot of artists, most artists, all artists, if you would say, that they still hold that power over these artists, because winning a Grammy is everything. It's like getting the gold plaque on YouTube, getting the diamond on YouTube. It's the end goal. As much as people say they don't want it, when you get it, it's everything. So that just sucks, man. Yep, that's how I feel about it, man. Get in the comments below. Let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all snubs are. Let me know how y'all feel about the Grammy situation. Let me know how y'all feel about the record of the song of the year. I want to know how y'all feel about the song of the year, because that's probably one of the ones. And how do y'all feel about Bad Bunny, man? Do you guys think Bad Bunny got snubbed? Do you guys think that Harry Styles deserved it? Or do you think ultimately Beyonce should have won because it was her night? In the comments below, all that good stuff. I'm Mr. here. Till next time, it's your boy Dev. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share all that good stuff. And here we out. Peace.